Хи-хи. Геншина очень тихая музыка. Так. Сейчас пока вот так полюбуемся, я настрою игру. Так, это должно автоматически. Есть, работает. Но не трогать окно Геншина. Настройки сцены. Так странно, что не ловилась еще Геншин прошлым. Приходилось захваты монитора. Полить мой рабочий стол. Ах, да, я хотела. Планшет. Я зарядился. С ключом. Качайся. Планшет нам понадобится с картой, чтобы не сворачивать каждый раз. Угу. О, спасибо. Вот ты какой. Чей это он? Неожиданно. И синие самые сложные. Странный ивент. Я пропустила по ходу начала. Там, когда я пришла, уже 4 дня оставалось. Сейчас. Как-то нужно открыть. Господи, планшет корпус. Жил на Кипре. Что? Открываю у меня в браузере, как переехать на Кипр. Какой черту Кипр? Откуда это взялось? Что мой держатель планшета не хочет держать планшет. И так, еще. Мне не нравится, что он на монитор падает. Так, интересно, а кто это у меня искал? Даже на Кипр. Еще и 5 раз. Что еще интересного было? Надо будет глянуть историю. Так. Интересно, у меня есть... Так, это будет сложно. Мне немножко планшет тормозит. Нет, не то. Как тут открыть закладки? Вот где. Обновленная версия. Ну давай, обнови. Обновить. Это не займет много времени, мы пока поиграем. Так, новые репутационные задания. Ну вот, собственно, мне экран закрывай. Ты уж максимально поднимаю. Что ты падаешь-то так сильно? Тихонько опускай. Так, у нас заказ. Не успеем через трендру. Древковая. Так, я приняла. Приняла. Так. Откликнуться, господи, я смотрю, отменить. Нет, чуть-чуть осталось, да. Крыльев. Так, ну это, конечно же, да. Ах, да, я хотела зайти. Сдать. Обмен. А может еще можно? Так, а где эти мне были? Еще. Окей. Так, мне нужно закладки. И, наверное, и вот карта.
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
Accept. Так, сними. Это дойдем. И подключайся. Угу. Вот, вспомнил меня. Боже. Что, реклама там? Можно это как-нибудь убрать? Нельзя. Ой. Заодно я могу здесь открыть и поискать. И... Ой, нет, так и не назад, так и не назад. Сейчас. Планшет перед монитором. Вот это вот. Например. Угу. Пошла. Отлично. Ой. Ну, давай предположим, что сюда. Так, теперь мне нужно... Ага, там же. Ты не там. А это где?
Astrologers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
Странно. Ну, ладно. Так. Что-то никого не вижу. А, вот они. Все.
Let's get down to business.
Hey! Allow me! You play here?
Ну, на моей пачке лишняя. На самом деле. Она чисто мне, чтобы путешествовать. Так-то мне очень даже какоми зашла. Да? Ой, иду сюда. Птица померла, что ли? Я так увидела, какая взлетала, отвернулась, смотрю, тут уже мясо валяется. Ай. Если б... О. Ну, отлично. Что не предугадаешь. Берешь, фотографируешь то существо, которое надо, и факт, что тебе выпадет то, что тебе надо. Интересно, если я сфоткаю вот эту вот. Да, не реагирует на нее. Хотя очень похоже. Мне казалось, это... А, вот они. Отлично. Блин. Чуть попозже мед возьму. Горло болит ужасно. Как я могла упустить? Сундуки не открытые. Очень больно. Горло. Ничего, сейчас переболеть потом в поездке. Ясно, неправильно поняла, как в это играть. Ну и ладно. Много и не надо. Ого, ничего себе. Уже? Давай, пока я помню, все-таки заберу наклад. Из-за квеста у меня там Катерина занята.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete.
Угу.
Ad Astra.
Экспедиция сразу. Забираем. А стоп. Нету. Ясно. Забираем. 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 И... Всё. Так, это я позже сделаю. Квест на монстра. Блин, надо еще тут зайти.
This realm is. If you ever.
Сейчас поняла, что там надо покупать кое-что. Так, ты
This realm is.
ты мне должен. М.
If you ever have any.
Все, возвращаемся. Сюда. Дендрон. Древковые, блин. Тренды древковые. Так, возьмем. А, там электричество будем пить. Тогда... Тот момент, когда у меня древковых-то нет особо. Хотя... Давай.
Send them all. I will bring my notebook.
Ну и это.
Come with me.
Ну, убей.
Go.
Идь. Ну и где? Сливковая. Бей. Да ёшкину мышь.
Wheel of life.
Только не помирай. Да ёшкину мышь. Ненавижу. Пока он там раскачется, пока он там ударит. Дайте ждать. Да, у нее это что-то не набивается. Ну и где я нахожусь? Наконец.
Wow.
Как добить и выкинуть?
Opening box of Adepti tricks. Hold the line. A brash maneuver. Nice.
Да, господи.
Power that ended high shot.
Возвращаю.
Time to broaden the horizons again. I'll take good care of everyone. It is as the stars for.
Надо новое поручение, давай. Собрать. Наручня. Не успеть смотреть. Убираю водных. Так.
I will bring my notebook.
What they do this time?
Угу. Тупое.
I see everything. Share my knowledge. Wheel of life.
Get with me.
Так. Она лучше бьет.
Again. Ready, go! Yeah, stay put. Yeah. Yeah. I see everything. Yeah.
Our bond is strong.
Недавно, блин. А. Бьется такая. Ой, нет.
It is as the stars foretold. All is accounted for.
Награда. Ой. Так, и еще такой же. Электро. Возвращаю отряд. Так, тебя.
Wait for my signal.
Тебя.
I trust you.
Спылесосили.
Everyone hold hands.
Ой, пропустил одного.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Нахламила, блин, на столе.
Lightning terrified. Committed to memory.
Ну, все, уже все померли.
Go get him, Uruguay. Uruguay, you're up.
Dissipate.
Да. А, блин. Я так хотела ударить как следует. Делал помер раньше. Да ёшкина мышь. Сколько мне не хватает? Что у нас по заданиям? По 20-очке. Больших уже нет. Так, это не то. Это не то. Это не то. Суммирую. Вот, наверное. Хотя нет, тоже не то. Так, я возьму задание. А. Я не сразу поняла, кто это там бежит. Ну, кот в шляпе. Я пойду за, господи, молоко, за этим, как его, рядом. Реже понравилось медовые соты. Мгм. М. И что тут происходит? Дон Кихано. Пенни. Так она сказала Нана. Вот эти Нана. А, Пенни, господи, девчонка. Да, все. На этом имейте надо было уйти и не возвращаться, пока не закончится. Стоите? Там сидят вообще-то. Так, нас это не интересует, мне что-то другое надо. А, вот оно, господи, отслеживать. Падать нужно осторожно, только сцена начнется и все.
Give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia. You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode. Okay, when did popping upstairs become all the rage? First Catherine and now you? I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it... Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce.
Томатный соусом.
Macaroni and bolognese the next. Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
А, макароны, в смысле макароны, а не макароны.
Questioning my cooking skills. The odd... It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre fossilor or... Ah, there it is. Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, let me first be clear. Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad. Yeah, exactly! Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either. My help? Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. So tell me.
Завтра будем смотреть видосики.
After all, but...
Там будет и что-то сюжетное лор с Геншина.
True. Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro centuries of pretending to be a different... Of course, that can't be undone now. But at least I can say that I'm... Paimon can understand... However, it's a one... If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm not going to perform. Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to... Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role? Nope. Short and to the point. I've never been great at maintaining relations since I'm just an ordinary person now. They'll probably just laugh and look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I drew a lot. Well, have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree.
Ругаться начала.
I want this job, nor do I know of anyone. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so... It's all right, Farina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything.
Так, мне нравится больше. О, привет, меня видела, то и прислал мне образцы, которые мне как раз не хватало.
You too.
Тебе что-нибудь прислать?
To take a rest now.
Я смотрю, у тебя там все по нулям. Может, тебе что-то не хватает? Взамен. И...
Bad, but we have to respect.
Так. А, ты что, еще прислал? Ничего себе. Можете еще прислать что-нибудь? Я там чуть-чуть. Спасибо большое. А то я пропустила несколько дней.
Too many painful memories now.
Блин, у меня не то этот. Где моя мона?
This is how it must be.
Где? А вот, все.
Take heart. Victory.
Все, довольно. Ну хорошо. Подтвердить и подтвердить. Все, спасибо тебе. У меня тоже все выполнено. Все. Собрать все. А, надо точно помолиться. Как раз. Может, что-нибудь выпадет хорошее. О! И... Она у меня еще не полная. Так. Так, обычная. И еще раз. Да, обычно. Все, отдыхаем,
Fate is
прокачиваемся. Созвездие. Ну, мне чуть-чуть осталось. Это последнее. Что здесь будет?
old as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but
Возвращаемся.
accept it.
Вот Катерина, которая отлынивает от работы и не принимает мои поручения.
Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask
You didn't need to say.
and that gives you the right.
Нам это слушать не обязательно.
The troop's lead actress came to the excuse me.
Sorry. I was just dealing with a little
Sadly, it's a no for.
I see. You see,
Sounds like everything worked itself out then. Yeah, she'd be livid. We've got.
Jeez. Is like
Only joking. Calm down. Despite the fact that we failed to complete.
Так.
look. This is the last chance we have. So,
Вдруг свет сменился.
yes, I'm complete. I share every one of us thinks of
you're right.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Спряталась.
How did you? I was just passing by because
А что за агрессия такая от главного героя?
it's on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. Oh, Karina? I was just when you came to talk with me earlier, and all before. I'm sorry.
Та-дам, та-та-дам.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that. You really have a knack for asking. I felt very sheepish. Having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna.
Какой скрин?
They almost had a heart attack. I mean, How could we be bringing Lady Farina star in our show?
Ой.
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady.
Мне в личку всегда можно кидать.
I was wondering,
Да вроде у меня нету в этом
important to all of you,
Дискорде.
why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, there must be a solution. You
Да я и не сижу в Дискорде.
while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted
В
to
Телеграме.
I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but
Там канал сделала.
beyond our control. Everything
Пока там никого нет, кроме меня и бота.
lost our director. She
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder. As
Там, наверное, можно в комментариях кидать.
And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearance.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Lady. Miss Farid. She rallied many people around. People loved our.
And then
Yeah.
Какая-то
None of us know
беда.
anything about script writing, let alone it's agonizing.
Мечты в пыль.
what a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble. I suppose it's fair to
Актриса
say
пропала.
that this final show.
Yes, exactly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler. I know what you're thinking. I can, however, but only
Oh,
We unfortunately.
I
Да
don't.
блин, хватит болтать.
Something I. The law only judges. What about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? An interesting answer. Take, par exemple,
Still a fan of your old German? You just want to get back in on.
No. This is a complete. Would you be willing to join me? Come on.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge. All right.
Так, что ты не можешь? Давай разбираться. Я ждала, пока закончит. Ну да, наверное, в личку не скинуть картинку-то. Да, сейчас. Где мой Дискорд? Где мой Дискорд? Ой. Тут. Я просто им все равно не пользуюсь. Сейчас. Так, чтоб с Антошей было проще играть в наушниках. А то мы не слышим друг друга, когда рядом сидим. Так. Ну, отключи пока режим стримера и покажи мне, как это... А как я называюсь? А, это старое имя. Так, а ты можешь просто меня найти по... Свензал. У меня так и есть имя пользователя Свензал. В Дискорде. Так, друзья. Принимаю. Все, теперь можешь скидывать. Ты можешь все скидывать. Все, что хочешь. Ну, оно. И я Мону очень долго хотела. Я рада, что я выбила, но в то же время выбила Какоми. А, сколько до гарантов? Много до гаранта. знаю, у меня что творится. Шарлотта, Шарлотта, пойду. Сейчас считать буду. Так, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 10. 50. Еще 30 молитв до гаранта, и не факт, что мне, конечно, выпадет. Это у меня не билет. В прошлый раз выпал. Когда Нахиду выбивала, Нахида вышла. Когда Какоми выбивала, Какоми вышла. Что у меня пока не было, а может и было, что я гарант пропускала. Ты берешь, умножаешь на 5 все эти страницы. А там 80 вроде как надо. Если, конечно, ничего не поменяли. Магазин. Достаточно. Здесь не купить. Тогда дальше выполняю задание. Что у меня за задание?
Only by
Да я пешком туда дойду.
ridding oneself of clutter can one see the truth
Наверное.
around them.
Наверное. Отсюда дойду. Получается почти одинаково. Кого пытаешься выбить? Рину или кто там еще? Кто там еще? Ой. Байджун. Он смотрела недавно там хорошую пачку. Они оба хорошо сочетаются. Ну вот я тоже хочу. Скорее больше для коллекции, чем использовать то. Раньше у меня водных не было, кроме Барбары. Синцу чисто купила, чтобы был. Потом бесплатно его раздавали. Теперь у меня куча водных. И всех качать надо.
Lady Farina?
What's Lady Farina doing here?
Hello all.
Так, еще меда.
To explain. As of today, Lady Miss Farina will be supporting our production of the Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Farina. You bet.
You helped bring our
So you were saying?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script. One of our greatest regrets is
Wait, but if it's not finished,
Yeah.
Что такое? Что такое?
Battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human
Вот у тебя Элой есть?
despite the protests of her family. She longed to live just like any other human. And
У тебя что, все есть?
found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect. But one day, her true identity was exposed.
На.
And her world came crashing
Кого
down
нет?
around her.
So far, so good.
А че это у тебя нет, Шарлотта? Ты еще что, не убивал в этом?
that's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with.
Фремина вроде вообще бесплатно раздавали недавно.
With her script.
Мне его не нужно, его 2 раза доставали. А нет,
People have different
1 раз и еще 1 раз будет. Вроде как.
We still haven't decided
Так что ты еще получишь его,
or a true-to-life
этого
tragedy.
подводника. О, Кицуну мне надоело выпадать. Я не знаю, что с ней делать.
Director's sudden disappearance.
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
Так, извиняюсь.
Question is
Свернул.
whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. And one last thing. We're still the first is Paulo.
Сейчас закончу, могу своих показать.
The other is Villemont, who he did
У меня не так уж много из того, что я год или почти 2 пропустила
What opportunity?
после релиза.
Maybe you're on a
our director was
Сначала поиграла, а потом бросила.
all of us look up to you as a role model.
И потом вернулась.
I suspect the reason they're dragging, but one by one, all
makes sense. Okay.
Мгм.
Back to Poisson if I
Мгм.
vocal lost in the
Мгм. Мгм. Пошел.
nothing. I suppose my prep. So allons-y. To Poisson.
А, нет, по-другому. А, нет, так сойдет. Ну что у меня тут? У меня нивелет есть. Вот, Кицин, который я не играю. Сайна мне случайно выпал. Она меня достала. Сколько раз она меня застала? Ну, 1 раз выпала и 2 раза достала. А когда релиз был? Нет, 21. Я помню, я ждала ее. Это ж на телефоне была игра. Ну, я воспринимала как мобильная игра с открытым миром. Очень даже кайфанула вначале. А потом оказалось, что всех качать. Все качать, артефакты качать, оружие качать, таланты качать.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Еще и застряла где-то там на каком-то задании.
It's me. Is the script ready?
На 2.
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
So, as expected, he's.
The ending is one of the most important, even when
Да-дам, да-дам, да-дам.
Told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough.
I was wondering if we might run.
So you're here for Paolo? Looks like.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Подождать.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. Well, get over here, you. How oblivious are you?
Ну, как всегда, когда идет сцена.
How
Что ты
are
присылаешь?
Poisson now? Any better?
things are
Ого.
good, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma.
Мне лень сейчас. Нет, я в прошлом застряла. Там
Sorry to hear that.
Please.
какое-то задание на время было в июле.
People have painful memories.
И плюс
Let them cloud
там
everything we do.
мир повышать надо было через подземелье.
Perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Ни то не могла сделать.
For your words of comfort.
А сейчас куча заданий чисто потому, что мне лень.
I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things which
Мгм.
brings me to avoid upsetting the peace. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
О, боже.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and anyway, that was all. After her now.
Значит, женат. Поздравляем с свадьбой.
Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with. So maybe she's right.
Я могу только похвастаться, что у меня есть вот тут дочка. Она меня вот тут мамой называет. Так странно. Она мне старше.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought.
Потому что модельку на заказ делала. И все еще делаю для нее костюмы. Точнее, даже 2 модельки я для нее делала. Она из Америки. Конкретно не могу сказать, где-то там, ближе к Калифорнии. Куда-то туда.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
What do you mean by that?
Ссылочку.
Expected me to
Так.
just keep running and hiding from my responsibilities.
Ладно, пока болтают.
There seems to be a crowd.
Можно и ссылочку. Ой. Стрим включился.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poseidon.
Она раньше была ПНГ, тубером. ПНГ-тубером, как это называется. Короче, просто картинка. Она попросила чиби-версию, потом просила полную версию эльфа, в виде эльфа. И теперь костюмчики делают там на Хэллоуин. И еще будет на Рождество. Надо делать. Но лучше, конечно, успеть к первому ивенту. Адвенту. Господи, слава Богу. Первый адвент. 3 декабря.
I'm sorry. You
Мне 2 недели, чтобы сделать.
practicing stroll, and here I am.
Красивая феечка. Это феечки есть еще чиби-модель.
Appreciate your company. So please, I don't
То есть я сделала так, что там уменьшается тело,
the years of
чуть-чуть увеличивается голова.
by the ship, one after another. People were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant.
Че?
They
Eight.
thought their God would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine
Могу прислать.
from harm. And
А, мне аккаунт нужно еще сменить.
played my part to perfection.
Там пока болтают.
But then the floodwaters finally came,
Что-то грустное.
and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You should
Зачем лишний раз расстраиваться?
you're only doing your duty.
Так. А, у меня есть открытая публикация. Тут. С музыкой. Есть полная версия на 40 секунд.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. Fortunately, we were able. Everyone rose to, but
Да-да.
I
Это
would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
reward.
награда. Блин, я...
So,
Что ты жую? Не туда попала.
and I didn't even dare to. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who
Я
I
испугалась, что зуб сломал.
and believe in the Farina. I had to keep.
Ну да.
That's what I really meant.
So that's where you were coming from.
М.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten it.
Не, все. То хочется, то не хочется делать 3D моделька.
And now, at least the choice. All right. It's
Sure. Okay.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down.
Come on. It's not every day we get to. Anyway, my character.
Are you kidding me right now? I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health. And it kills me.
Та-дам, время пищи. Нас спорят.
We're back. Could you maybe put your differences?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rose. Paulo's nearly done.
Great. So you were discussing your.
Me?
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew.
Sorry.
the boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memory. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no.
О боже.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's she kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations. It was only after she was gone.
You mentioned earlier that
Yeah. I spent some years. It was like that, and she took me under her wing, taught me to.
She sounds like a really
She really was. She gave. I was a lost child. The other kids were always
Yeah.
picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore.
let me guess. Fortunately, the next
Yeah.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new
Давайте.
artistic consultant, Miss Farina.
Farina? The Farina? Oh my god! How did you manage to wrangle that?
the honor is
Работала в этой программке, работала, конечно.
So, this is just... Oh, wow.
У меня самая первая
Yes,
модель
yes,
была
of course.
3D-шная.
I'll give you a- I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story.
Там вроде, правда, было совершенно другое, не то, что сейчас.
Against the wish, she finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, the people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years.
Consciousness.
water as a conscious entity. There's
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, her lover accepts her.
Да.
The little Oceanid is a human.
then
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to.
Didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she may.
А, физические задания. Пока нету.
human
There's actually something else.
Я планирую сделать небольшую заставочку. Где-нибудь так на минуту или больше. Типа включать заставку и делать упражнения.
Little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her. Her lover makes sure her secret never gets out. And humanity can
Уже сделала видео.
sounds like
По видео сделаю, наверное, покадровую анимацию.
perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director O'Reilly's death. On the day when she went missing, Director O'Reilly, we waited and waited at the rendezvous point. We looked for her,
Это, конечно, время займет.
but she was nowhere to be found.
The director was the kindest soul in the world.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to
I've been trying to.
Vilma? The
Yeah.
Because
What?
it's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending. I did tell her how I felt once, but she said that we were all like brothers and sisters. Not that it came as a shock. I said, maybe one day in the
Ну,
future.
влюбился в коллегу, бывает такое.
Maybe then she could. And now. So if I'm the one writing this ending,
In that case, we've all had our differences of opinion over the ending. But
Well, if that's where we're at,
Are you ready to face the truth?
honestly, I'm slightly terrified. Funny you should ask, though.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone.
Единственное, но упражнение, конечно, будет стоя. Все упражнения лежа я могу потом сама делать. А так у меня будет... Просто буду немножко отходить от компьютера, делать упражнения. А на стриме будет анимация. Заставка.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
Мгм.
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Есть сундук. Что-то не помню его.
as if this journey.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need... wait, what?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think
Yeah, but
Еще не видели в бою.
or why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. More like a...
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
О, что-то на французском.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more
Aw, too bad. I was
Sorry to leave all
У меня есть одноклассник, который поехал во Францию учить французский. Его очень не хватает. Так.
Share my knowledge. Stay put.
Ай. Нет. Это было больно. Да, блин, у меня водная. Я не была готова к такому противнику.
This way hurt a little.
Вот так нельзя.
Grow, grow, grow.
Поковыряем. Если ж мне нечем. Ау.
Hold the line. Stay put. A minute to memory. This way hurt a little.
Ну вот. Доковырять. Да нет.
I see
Не
everything.
стало больше. Именно ледяных.
Rest and rebuild. Covenant of defeat.
Господи, я водой убила водного. Ненавижу этот колокольчик.
Go get him, little Greg. Billowing surge. A minute to memory.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Так, стоп, где этот сундук?
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Угу. Ага. Так. Так, еще, еще. Еще. Нет.
Pack
Всё?
everything up nice and carefully. Don't drop anything.
А, вот. Я уже испугалась, что даже печати нет. Угу. Ну, последний. Блин, эти чертовы птицы, где они были, когда они были так нужны. Угу. Я, кажется, здесь была. А тут нет ничего. Мне кажется, я это уже видела. М. Видите? Вот. Вот. Нет, это было что-то другое.
This should cover food and rent for a while.
Здесь все оказалось проще. А где этот? Где сундук? А, ты где? Все, приземлюсь. Чтобы не согрелся, а тут он что-то слишком близко. В смысле почистить? А. Прогресс. Ты не парься насчет этого прогресса. Или совсем паришься? Мне лично все равно, мне вот. О, почему-то на 80. Ничего не делаю. Пустыня 66. Тут тоже ничего не доделано. Даже... Не буду даже это признать. Здесь ничего не сделано. Вот так клон песни ветра. На штате. На 100. Почему-то. Ну и на зуме я эту качала. Как ее? Сакуру. Чтобы получить для чайника. Господи, я так медленно говорю.
Finding treasures.
Каждое слово вспоминать. Место обитания для чайника. Не помню, как там называется вообще. Почему туда показывает? Ясно. Не туда показывал, куда я подумала.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing?
I can explain. We've been
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance... If I open this can of worms now,
Viamal, avoiding... Unless you mean to...
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. But now, the little OC...
As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing. So, anyway, one day after the show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsor. It seemed like a win-win. So, I said yes to it on the spot. The drink in question was...
согласился.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. The merchant was furious. I was going to sort it on my own, but the director put things on this whole thing.
Короче, он накосячил, и теперь чувствует тоже вину.
Back then, and after the director disappeared,
А,
I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was. What do you mean? You were afraid. This was a life and death situation. How could you be so?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen.
Stay calm. And he has the gall to try and high road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for.
All I can say is I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life.
Get out of my sight.
That's enough! Can you stop conflating the show on... You keep saying... on stage. The lead role is the focal point of the art, but in her own... What she wants. I understand.
Yeah.
So think hard. If you really hate each other, but you can't bring... What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. If she'd seen Paula...
Really? But she sounded like such.
Of course she would.
It's all
Сын,
right.
сколько,
So,
Clearly, everyone...
сколько
The
текст.
story needs to focus
what do you mean?
The traveler is right. If you could find any...
You really think?
I trust that nobody would have...
No.
Well,
Come, let's pick...
Это даже не так интересно, как вся история. Чисто что-то там у театральной труппы не то случилось. Погиб руководитель. И все они теперь не знают, что делать. Стоп. Да, я возьму. Ну, эти-то можно было пропустить. Я чисто хотела взять задание, чтобы потом вернуться к ним. Продолжаем.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearance. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit.
Вот так просто берет, отдается. А вдруг там что-то, что не только мы нашли?
All Aurelie left behind.
Hey, it's full of script lines and sketches too.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in... Aha! It looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive...
Well, she
О
had
боже.
so many lives. It's still so unthinkable.
I guess Aurelie... wait, it cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the... Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Так. Мгм. На 4 страницы. Читайте последний этот текст на 4 страницы. М. Простите, простите. Обрывается. Клео?
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her. I can't bear to think how painful. Wait.
Остальные страницы также исписаны строками из мюзикла. Если ты станешь человеком, то никому не сможешь открыть свою тайну.
If you become human,
Isn't that the most important line in the little...
because I am an older sister.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. I'm sure this is what the troop would have. She had their utmost trust, admiration. Let's go.
Так, я надеюсь, что можем будет прямо прыгнуть. Но это далековато. Так проще. Ить. Так, мы им показали тетрадь, они расстроены немножко.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to
Even in the last moments of her
She did her best to protect as we know what choice.
Да, они должны закончить шоу.
For your
Then it seems like we've reached a
Really? How can you be so...
Мне нравится, что Фурина она теперь нормальная,
underestimate my
а не
experience.
надменная, как Фишер. А то Фишер немножко бесит. И она еще больше бесила.
And aren't
А теперь она нормальная.
love, hate. I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Then, let's not delay things.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make up during the curtain call.
Мгм.
then
After all, besides,
Well,
All right, I'll leave you.
Procure a stage?
oh, it's okay.
That place? Oh, don't.
whoa, wait.
No. That's never going to work. It's fun.
What are you afraid of?
No.
О,
It's supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me.
Ай.
If you mess this up, come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervila.
Ну, куда мне там отправляет?
Hey, look Looks like I guessed right.
You were just
Блин, надо было прочесть, что там это сказала. Пайман так ругалась что-то.
Break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, traveler in Paimon.
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese.
I understand. The process for booking the opera Epiclese
Ой,
is
сложно.
complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion.
Бронируем театр.
Yes. And this is the first.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. In the past, we sat in our. Maybe it's because I felt.
I am truly delighted to now that you've regained some confidence.
Why would.
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many the experiences and decisions of the protagonist Cleo are all modeled after her own. Naturally, this makes
это
playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you.
Haven't I already made myself clear? Nor do I think it is any great shame. This experience is a case in point.
I see. I sincerely hope the
thanks,
you
Nervala.
are very well. Many people were once enthralled by Lady Farina's performance. I hope that one day she'll be able to understand.
Какой он добренький. И опять туда возвращаемся. Туда-сюда, туда-сюда. Возвращаемся. Ать. Честно, как это со стороны выглядит.
Good news, everyone. It's done.
Спрыгнули, полетели. Через некоторое время снова оттуда спрыгиваем.
My eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved
И так по
from
несколько раз.
a fitting stage for this. We've had to fight a touching story. Now,
This is
The sooner we can feel more.
Да-да, все довольны, все счастливы, им дали
Communication is vital to any good.
театр.
It's amazing. Even the
Все, теперь нужно репетировать.
Suggestion.
Hey, Loic, get over here.
Вот они репетируют. И... М. М.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud,
Мэр.
and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do
Я
with
разве не сильно мешаю? Нет, немножко мешаю.
people is to blame.
Могу подвинуться.
How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy
Вот так.
could be useful. Take him hostage. Cleo wants him back. She'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back.
Пойду проверю крысок. Рыжий. Мед немножко.
everyone
Захватила.
throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only.
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Why? Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You.
Она нашла кусочек, который отвалился. И съела. И лежат такие довольные. Вся от меда отказалась.
Star performer.
Miss Farina,
I'd say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest.
М,
I know, but Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done.
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest.
thank you, Miss Farina.
Never mind. No one likes
Ясно.
her. Leave it to me.
Фарине все равно придется выступить.
So many times that I've learned Cleo's.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but what, in your opinion, is the reason?
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain.
Well said. I leave director Aurelia.
М, она прям в этом будет выступать? Серьезно?
Is she here yet?
Will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau?
Блин, надо было погромче Геншин. Настройка игры.
L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies et la cité est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis, serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
О. Ну, я так и подумала, что у нее еще нету этого. Поэтому она играла в даму в пяти. И вот она получила. Вот еще зал не полный. Там 3 места пустые были.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere.
И вот она получила свой
Her acting skills are as
глаз
superb as
бога.
ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people.
Здесь не многие узнали меня.
It's too bad that I had to break the one big rule I'd managed to make for myself.
Не знаю, блин, и я.
And if I despite everything. It felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
А что тогда вышло, если хотела скрываться?
She's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it...
This is a great chat.
Да, это уже неинтересно.
I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a real...
Такой странный бантик.
Wait, what about
Окей.
Sophie? I wonder how she's doing.
Let's go check on her.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear
Очень странные.
if nothing else.
А. Я думала, мы уже там где-то. Так, нет. Вот это я смотрю, у меня Нахида помирает. Давай, давай, все, отлично. Почти полностью отхилил. Я уж думала, мы вернулись в то здание, в которое мы то и дело прыгали. А, стоп. Ага, ну, собственно, нам туда и надо. И еще раз летим.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay.
Ну, отлично. Все хорошо, да, отдыхает.
That's one. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry, even though you couldn't...
Well, I've had bad luck.
Blaming your bad luck.
Oh, don't you?
Да-да-дам,
You mean I never stopped?
да-дам-дам. И? А, типа эти двое встречаются?
So, any
Точнее,
plans?
могут встречаться.
Brilliant performance. You could cap...
No.
Yeah. After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space.
Hey, don't just walk off.
Да, он взял и шел. Я свою работу выполнил, все, я
Still
пойду
want to
отсюда.
keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance,
You should do it. It suits you.
Oh, so now you finally got your What about you, Miss Farina?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure you rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the...
sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to... Maybe Nervilette was right. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, yeah. There was once a time when But from now on, I want to watch them blossom. I'm sure...
Ну все, у тебя и у нее есть где работать.
The more you get out into the world, the more
Все находят себе работу.
If a vision is a given, I...
А мне, наверное, придется искать работу на полставки. Потому что касса по безработице не может постоянно платить пособие. А может, я не знаю, действует ли страховка, если сидишь без пособий. Так что нужна работа официальная. Но на предпринимателя у меня что-то маловато дохода. 15 евро в месяц. Так, что мне, где мне, что мне делать? Мгм. Гид. Определенную область. Я так не хочу эти поны. Ну ладно. Или нет? Я не так не хочу с этим возиться. Там что-то еще было где-то. Доска с этими всеми заданиями. Нет, я не хочу делать куб. Так. Ой, я могу помолиться. Давай. Теперь точно 30 осталось. 50 помолилась, 30 осталось. Ну, не факт, что я успею до конца. Хотя какой-нибудь ивент, скорее всего, будет скоро. Так, не туда смотрю. Этот заканчивается завтра. Геншину. Пойдем, что ли, навстречу? Не, еще концовки не открыты. А все потому, что я не хочу с этими парнями. Чё мне эти картиночки? Девчонками, ладно, можно повесить, любоваться. Конечно. Так, чтобы кристаллы получить.
I've taken a look at your proposal.
Oh, come on. I have to say, that's...
This door, too.
Even if the soul of the building won't be lost.
Oh, I understand the principles. Oh,
Actually... What?
Don't architects often say that symmetry makes everything more balanced?
I really don't know how you managed to come up with such a ridiculous... Anyway, that's it. I will not be working on this commission and...
Ну, боже, а это не может идти работа. А, тут эти такие особенные. Давненько не была на этих встречах. Так. Выбор. Ну, он расстроен.
Anyway, thanks for looking out for me. Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
А чё не перевели, что вино? А, ну теперь сказали про вино.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing with a client is not a good look for me. If word gets out, other potential clients might be afraid to work with me. That guy, though, what was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all. Another glass, please, boss.
Ну, боже. Спеваем парень. Паренька.
Run into a client who knows nothing about construction, but perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I would spend a lot of time altering my design. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your all of this makes for a real paradox. One that Here's your drink. Boss, what do you...
The meaning of art. Real.
Он слишком много болтает.
What do you think? Exactly. So our thoughts on the meaning of art are rather in Sumeru, and especially Sumeru of the past. It's too bad that I'm not in my...
Надо что-то посоветовать. Ну, что-нибудь другое.
Great to me. I don't even want to...
Давай поспрашиваем.
I mean, it's not like it's some... My mother is also an architect.
Oh.
I've always adored her drawings. And when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds... Perhaps... In fact, I have also seen my mother
Я папа учился на архитектора тоже. Рисовал, поэтому я начала рисовать.
Contact with her since she remarried and moved abroad. Even if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive, I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some... At the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really... It's been a really long time. Huh?
Пораемся в личных вещах его матери.
Thinking too hard about the words. If you want to stick around and see how this will turn out. All right, then let's head. Who knew that the day... Let me see. I should have tidied up the place before I left the house this morning. Anyway, there's no more time for...
Так мы там уже будем. О. Не ладно. Полюбуемся, не полюбуемся. А так полюбуемся на попочку Мона. Соберу. И теперь не полюбуемся. Черт.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box. Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. I'm happy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things? Oh, I remember now. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I would... Now that I've said that out loud,
М,
suppose criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning. Anyway, never mind. Ah, my building blocks.
Кубики.
It's been years since I've last seen these. Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch. And the aspect ratio. I was super proud of myself when I finished it. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there.
Ошибки.
Client, the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?" My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint and was very patient throughout the whole process. I still remember it like it... Let's see, is there anything else left in this box? What was this? Ah, this is my mother's notebook. When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook and always pestered my mother to let me Wonder why she didn't take this notebook. If only I could. Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a who knows? Maybe this time something will click in. I could tell what you were thinking. I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays. I've even tried stuff like "Love you, Kaveh," "Take care," "Yours truly." I've tried every cheese. I wouldn't try that route again.
А что там с цифрами или буквами, не могу понять.
So we could find someone who was close to my mother. My mother was never really the one to be social. My father was the one. Let me think. Was there still someone at the academy? Huh. You've never really heard of her?
Убиваем
She's a famous
сердечко.
Star Wars scholar. Professor Zaha Hadid published many works during her career, so I was able to learn a lot by studying her essay. She's older now and is no longer teaching at the... Let's go take a look. We might...
Ага. Сейчас как-то начнет. Ой, что-то натыкала, блин. Да я помню, где это. Оно само началось. Отлично.
What am I supposed to do now?
Пойду я к холодильнику положу.
Forget it. I'll just head back.
Tanari, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's you.
Так, а крышка?
Good to finally see you
Крышка.
again. I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville. But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Sino's adoptive father. I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
Granny?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment. Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
I had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some mindless fungus, huh? And you, traveler? You didn't try to stop him? You look like a wreck, Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again? You know what? I'm hosting a meal at Pardistii tomorrow evening. Do you want to come?
Huh? Oh, I had no idea. Let me think for a moment. I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you. I'll be heading back to Gandharvaville for now. I have a feeling that argument over there is going to continue for quite some time. It might be best if we don't get involved.
A granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
Вернулась, и нужно было поставить отслеживание. Где вот это отслеживать. Рыжие Дуси мирно спят, но на ручки они не хотят. К сожалению, они не сильно ручные. А так хотелось бы, чтобы они у меня тут лежали и спали. Легенда. А. Ясно. Ну, легенда так легенда.
Fine by me. If you're not going to come out, then I'm not going to leave. My tomato was growing so well. It had all the
О боже.
I already told you you'd have to be awfully green as an. You see, the word green here can refer to both the color of the tomato and the fact
Неопытность.
that your skills could
Enough nonsense. Just come out and face me, you coward.
You're out of your mind. If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you?
Professor Zahahadi?
Ха-ха-ха.
Oh,
М,
how long has it been? Come on.
Так и сразу он поменялся. А ты еще кто?
Not bad. You've grown taller again.
Professor, what's going on here?
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old, which brings us to our...
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
Lucky for you,
Пенсионеры развлекаются,
to pay their respects to... Come on.
убираясь на чужие огороды.
Conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
Is Faranak still doing well?
Yes, as far as I know. She left for Fontaine some time ago and started a new life for herself. She's still doing work related to architecture, though.
Серьезно, мы где мы ее встретить? Когда с Антонией часто ссоримся.
Did that upset you at all?
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably a good thing. Sometimes I wonder if things were harder for her because she was so beautiful. She was still quite young when she first joined my class as a student. Beautiful and radiant with her golden hair. She had to make a lot of even during her time in the act. She had many admirers, but every time I saw her...
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life.
I'm not too sure. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument. She said, "True art cannot be understood, but as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value." If you ask me, that's probably the greatest.
So that's how it is. I wonder if the password could be...
Признание?
I tried both just now. Seems those aren't it either.
What are you trying to do?
My mother left her notebook to me.
Кстати, сказал, что попробовал оба.
I haven't figured out what it is yet.
А не просто попробовал.
Learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
It's the least I can do. Talking to youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her. It's almost as if she's standing right in front of your personality. Some clients would choose to Faranak first graduate.
I see. But wasn't my father from Ratawaist?
No, I think they were probably beyond him too. But Faranak had many admirers. But she ended up choosing.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship.
Ого, поддержка.
Was that the right password?
Yes!
Then you should be on your way, child. Being the awkward person that she is. If you're ever in a mood to chat again,
Thank you so
there's no way.
They all say Zaha Hadid's class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him. We decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. The bad news came. And even though it's been several days now, but I have to face reality.
Huh? Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother.
Пробелом это не пропускается.
Man was probably my father. But who are the other people? From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. I hadn't even been... Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh! There are a few lines written in the diary about this as well.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly. My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of... We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future. I hope he'll be able to make many friends.
Who would have thought my mother used to attend that kind of thing? It seems she was only good at talking about her own work. There's more written on the back.
Kaveh, I was both overjoyed and distressed. You are very talented, and I am confident that you will become it. No one will be able to help you. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long...
So that's the answer she prepared for me. Well, now that I've read her words, although it'd be nice to get together with friends, and besides, don't most people hate the feeling of... And don't forget, I'm also older than all of them. Huh, you're right. Well then, I guess it's best that we go and join him for dinner. You know what?
Пойдет с ним на ужин. Не люблю отматывать. 16. Подтвердить. Ага, камера взлетела вверх. Иногда не взлетает, иногда взлетает. Какая там красота. Так, куда? В смысле? Далеко. Далеко и надолго. Что у нас по прогрессу? Тут 3, тут 2. В процессе. Наверное, где-нибудь половина.
Hatham also got my invite, right?
That guy? He's never been a.
Are you sure? All right then.
Yeah, let's go. I mean.
Oh, sure.
You still haven't told me.
We're celebrating the end of the first phase of Kale's studies. I wanted to thank you all for the help you've given her along the way.
And where's Kale?
She said she wanted to show everyone a bit of what she's learned, so she's still doing some last-minute prep at home. Anyway, let's get started. The curriculum will be
I knew this wouldn't be just a simple free dinner. Is that?
Yes. I thought it would be good if we could all put our heads together about this. Anyway, let's take a quick trip down memory lane.
Never happened to me.
I'd just pull another all.
You two are hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
Ooh, that's a good point. Confidence is the most important thing.
This could be a potential direction.
It's very simple.
Mm.
Instead of focusing on the amount of
Все-таки пришел.
to teach,
Wow, you actually showed up. I could probably.
It's still more than the number of times you've managed to get a proposal approved on the first try.
As long as you're still aware. So,
that's your purpose for being here, not mine. Don't.
So you're saying the only reason you
precisely. Kale will.
Hey, just to get one thing clear. Even if Kale
Wait.
manages to make her way to the academia, we cannot let her enroll in her avatar.
What are you saying? Spontamad is the better choice. It's where I graduated from, after all.
Then what about Amorta? That's the
There are only 2 other Darshans left.
You? I'm trying to have a serious discussion here. Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 Darshans. In your opinion, which Dar—
Well said.
Agreed. And my goal in inviting you—
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity.
Hey, what are you thinking now?
Actually, I was thinking about lending her a professions guide.
Ну что, учеба?
Don't become an—
Даже не думайте.
You're right. I can't.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this?
We don't need to think that.
I'm telling you, that client had no idea what he was talking about. No.
Have you considered finding another client?
Ah, they're all the same. I haven't had a good night's sleep.
It's too late now to change careers. You might as well try to find some joy in the pain. Besides, you'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design.
No.
Cheer up, Kave.
We'll save that.
Новый анекдот. О. А, так это было все. Я думала, там середина. Бывают такие длинные. Ну, отлично, не стали слишком долго мучить. Здесь.
Divination is a
Она меня. Ага. Пойдем выбирать другие. Мороженка. Ничего, горло мороженкой. На самом деле, когда болит горло, правда, мороженка помогает. У нас же болит не из-за холода.
Oh, hey. I was actually while we're on that. What are you
Так, видео.
So anyway, thanks for look. Stress is just an inescapable
Так, мы тоже слышали.
Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last. You want something too?
Ой, боже.
I'll put it on my tab.
Wine in a glass of juice.
Алкоголик.
I know you're already keeping a secret from that guy, though. Another glass, please, Bob.
You've got it, sir.
It really is every other, but perhaps getting used. I would spend a lot of time I suppose, though, that just sticking to all of this makes for a.
Here's your drink.
Boss,
Лёша.
What do you think?
Может, это здесь?
No worries. It's been bothering me for a while.
Нет. А вот так?
He understands nothing about my design. And all the suggestions he made. Okay, it is possible. Well, given I'm already on my 6th draft, there's no time to waste.
Так, пойдем. На секунду показалось, что звук пропал. Угу. А вот он.
Kaveh, what are you doing?
I've changed my mind.
My apologies as well.
Угу.
Now that I think about it, if I choose you to create the design for my...
Thank you for understanding. Mutual trust.
Не извинились и поняли друг друга.
Request has been the most peculiar one I've ever received. Even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. I am aware that overly specific requests will restrain the... I've produced several draft proposals for you to choose from.
Yes, I've given this some thought already. It's just... Putting the building design aside, can we get some less expensive materials for the floor tile? The timber here as well.
Please... So, let me get this straight. You want to reduce the cost of the project, right? Architectural design cannot be neatly split into discrete parts. Any change to one part of the design will affect the quality of the whole thing. I decided to... Same with the tiles. Switch them out and the entire mural will have to be redesigned. More importantly, if all you need is a building with a roof that can keep people dry in the rain, you shouldn't have commissioned me.
О боже, опять начинается.
I think the most important thing for me is to understand what you would actually like to get.
I want to build something unique. Something quiet and warm inside. I want all who enter this building to be able...
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, we've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials...
Thank you for giving it so much thought. Please, give me some more time. I still have a few business meetings that I must attend, so...
I also have a similar feel. Is that... He does seem really suspicious, though. He dresses like a rich person. That's actually pretty common.
На моменте, что он пытается экономить, уже можно понять, что у него денег нет.
The more mora some people have, the more they love interfering with people's lives. Like constantly reminding... Actually... I'm not even sure this person really wants to work on this project with me. Putting his vague request... Who knows how long construction will take if he keeps...
Туда нажимаю.
Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way.
Ага. Сюда проход. Я просто не помню, чтобы я проходила здесь.
Hey, look. Isn't that...
Didn't I tell you before? I'm not looking for more work. Plus, aren't you a bit old?
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. I grew up as an eremite I don't have many talents, but
You used to be an
I know there are a lot of bad apples in our ranks, but most are just...
I'm sorry, but I still...
He used to be a member of the Eremites? Huh.
Так будет. Еще и без денег.
We meet?
Huh?
That's what we wanted to ask you. There's no need for us to continue this
Believe me, I didn't have... All right, there's no point hiding anything anymore. The building I'm trying to commission...
A library? Funded entirely by yourself. I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of educational resources and materials.
You're right. And I was aware of these happenings. The desert is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts. And what's more, I don't know if all I know is that as a desert dweller, I don't have much longer left on this world. I want you to know that I came from the desert. I've lived in...
To the point that you even disguised your identity?
When I first came to Sumeru's city, I brought a lot of Mora, hoping to find someone agreed to take on the project, and even after that, I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would... I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect. By the way, how did you know I was scammed?
Just a hunch. A while ago, I ran into someone who was living in a pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of... He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora. And I told him to get some stone and timber.
Азартные игры.
He even borrowed Mora from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any wrong. According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was...
Those kinds of things do happen every once in a while, yes.
It's all right. Ultimately, neither of our yeah, you'll find... But anyway, I digress.
That's what I was afraid of initially, yes. I've done the math and know that we should be able to make it if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're... So, I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is.
By cobbled together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on...
To be honest, I haven't really... All I want is...
Хочет построить библиотеку для детей на собственные деньги, но их немного, поэтому не хватает. Так. Другой стиль или торговца? Какой стиль?
Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences. To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to... However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch... To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot of extra...
I see.
It just increases the difficulty of the design. As for inspiration, I think I might have something visit the site to make sure.
Aru Village. Although it wasn't my childhood home...
Okay, then we can pay a visit to...
Is there something I can do for you?
Let me think. You said you used to be an eremite. We want to keep the roads clear. Reduce the loss of material.
All right, just leave it.
What are you waiting for then?
Ага. Можем идти тут. Нет, нужно где-то по пути устроить под засаду, чтобы на нас напали. Пусть будет.
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village. There are a lot of monsters out here.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing.
Oh.
Let me scribe. Hold the line.
Так, что он умеет? Как? Ага. Ну, такой себе. Ау. Вот так. Умри уже. Бутону нечем взрывать.
I'm fine. But it's one thing to fight it. I don't think much. Few mercenaries.
Is there someone you know?
Unfortunately, no. Sometimes I'd close my eyes. I joined the Eremites, if at all possible. I want future children of the... My...
I think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life... Maybe he's doing this out of natural kindness. A kindness that hasn't been eroded away by the struggle. Perhaps. Some people call me... But my situation is, when I was young, I impulsively... He set off confidently. I never saw him. I started doing many things in life. At this point, I've tried self... Maybe it's just...
Как интересно? Неинтересно.
He told me along. I still believe I should. Unfortunately, as you can see,
Ты когда закончишь болтать? Ладно, я просто помогу.
Either way, I'm all right. Болтает. Про прошлое, про турнир какой-то, про пустынников и так далее. Болтает. Опачка. Нам наверх. Еще полчасика, и можно спокойно закрывать сегодня. Ой. Сюда. Шани. Now that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine.
Oh, what's...
My toolbox. I built it using an ancient mechanical core. I'll take Marak and find a suitable location.
Traveler?
Ah, you know...
Hello. I suppose you must be Kave from Kasharwa.
Educational assistance.
I can't say I'm too familiar just yet.
I've been commissioned by Mr. Potter to build a library in the
Библиотеку.
desert. We've settled on the general design
Do you intend to open it to the public for...
That's right. I want...
That's fantastic. I'm sure the children will be thrilled.
Let me get straight to my questions then. Can you estimate the number... Oh, and have any landslides occurred here recently? All right. Vadui, let's go over the budget again. We'll keep the parts of the project that cost the most will be...
Термоизоляция, вентиляция.
I'm sure you understand. No one... I want to make significant changes to the arrangement of the bookshelves, tables, and chairs. I'll go over the specifics of that shortly. I have two plans in mind. Our final cost should be around 70% of the last figure. Marak has produced a sketch for all of you to see.
А почему...
The inspiration just came to me naturally. I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for, according to the traditions of my profession...
Зачем беспокоиться о столах и полок для книг? Можно потом все поставить из местных что-нибудь. Так, там что-то еще можно было. Ага. Продолжить. Опять идем выпивать. Блин, даже не знаю, какой теперь выбирать. Идь. Да-да, да-да, будем пить.
Truly the worst decision.
А,
Actually, while we're on that,
да,
what are you doing here?
да, 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 да,
Stress is
да,
just an
да.
inescapable part of being a woman.
Да-да-да, стресс, давай бокал, еще вино, а мы закажем сок. Ужасно.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me. That guy, though. Another glass.
You've got it, sir.
It really is, but perhaps getting. I would spend a lot. I suppose, though, all of this makes.
Here's your drink.
Boss,
The meaning of. Anyway, I don't.
what do you think?
Так, ну да, это.
Art? Let's say that I built up the problem.
Мне кажется, что это что-то... Нет. Так, нужно что-то посоветоваться. Может, отвлечься и выбрать другую работу.
Career. I think I've heard a saying somewhere before. It's just a saying, of course, but even and if I want to make more, hold on. I just remembered that I used to have a senior classmate.
Ну, отлично, нашла другой путь.
Advice from him.
О, боже, отправил куда подальше. Сквозь корни. Так зайдет.
Ah, Kave, it's you.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami.
I heard that you were the genius behind. Hard to make a profit. You've got unless client fled.
Клиент сбежал.
Fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either.
Well,
I understand. Either way, I mean, I obviously never had your reputation. Well, not exactly. Judging from the look on your face, you're still strapped for Mora. With that said, us Kasharawar grads should still look out for it.
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of... Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return.
Oh, you're too kind. This is just compared to the classes taught by those old fossils at the academia. Unlike the academia, I turn down anyone who's interested. It just so happens that I'm still
Хитро.
I can already guarantee.
Учить других легче. Нет, хотя не легче. Но иногда легче, чем выполнять задания.
Then it's a deal.
Yes, it's a deal.
As for the pay,
300,000?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth. 300,000 is also just the base rate. I have to go make some preparations.
I was never particularly close with Alkami when I've hosted free lectures before, but this would be my first
Бесплатные лекции.
lecture for a formal business. Thanks so much. Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? All right, let's
Сделаем из него лектора. А что? Где? Дождитесь. Ну, опять ждать. Целый месяц до поездки.
I was up last night preparing for the
lesson plan. But the training center has already developed its own set of teaching materials. Sure.
It's
almost time for the lecture to start.
Huh. So you've... There's something else I want to add.
Ah, no need to stress. There are only 20 people. There are 14 classes at my training center. Out of all of them, the first class had
20 people, huh?
Oh, and one last thing. In the interest of keeping a quiet learning space,
Mhm.
I'm sorry to say this, but your friend...
Sorry.
Ну, поспрашиваем.
Hey there. Can I help you? Oh, well, Kami? You mean that rich guy who's been making quite the name for... I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned architect. He's open to training. If the tuition wasn't sky high,
Did you hear? Alkami recruited Kaveh.
I bet that'll boost his enrollment.
Really makes you jealous, eh? If you think about it.
That's true, but you've got to admit, his advertisements are really effective. For those who can't pass the exam, or who just...
Я тоже сказала, что и для бедных можно.
Training center is the best bang for the Mora.
Man, to have that kind of...
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit.
No, you weren't scary at all, Mr. Kaveh. We were
Oh, don't get me started. I was trying... Alkami may fool an amateur, but he can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for... In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect... There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architects. The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are...
Завелся.
How can they expect to become real architects? When they're...
But, Mr. Kaveh, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials. It's not like we're looking to make some works of art.
You're studying architecture to...
Yeah. My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alkami.
Huh. In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed.
But how? He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, it won't be long before I...
Come on.
But, Mr.
You... Let's go, traveler. Let's hear...
О боже. Разборки.
What's wrong, Kami? You look quite flustered. Did one of my students offend you? The student's not astute enough.
Yeah, I'm mad at them. The students are all here hoping for a quick way. If your client is unhappy, you know all of the...
Look, you can deny all you want. Our client.
Да-да-да.
Why should we cling on to if it's
Да-да, архитектора.
We are already stuck, my friend. The more people we can lead into this pit and
Что богатых на студентов.
never know, however. The more students I get, the more...
And then what? Once they graduate, they'll... When that happens...
Ah, but that's just one way to look at the problem. Oh, and also, I never actually promised that they would achieve financial freedom. As long... I'm not even scared if they do come back and stir up.
You... How can you sleep? I can't
О
believe
боже.
I saw you as a...
And that same goes to you. Only fools will see art as I urge you.
Толку от этих сердечков я не понимаю.
Plenty of... Think it over, Kami.
So mad. I feel a headache coming on.
Я волнуюсь.
There's nothing more I can... Of course. I'm sure you've realized he is right about one thing. The most that they could accuse him of is false... Oh? Did you notice something else? Yeah. The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows, if you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that? Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk...
О боже, мы сейчас будем всех расспрашивать.
class finished a while ago, but
I wanted to stay for a little longer. I'm still thinking about everything you taught during.
of course they were. All the examples It's a good thing that you could
Res?
Yes. When I first got into architecture, there were many, and for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough. To become going from admiration to assessment will take a lot.
Just as I thought.
Больше труда.
I'm sorry.
I understand. Thank you for telling me the truth. Sorry. I can't say anything more.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks, why
Да.
would I pull your leg?
Почему бы ему свои курсы не открыть?
Then please keep this a secret for me, Mr. Cobb. Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents. He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of Bahar. He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come full.
How much did your family?
I think it.
And what was the
Миллиона?
interest rate?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I have a. We need to find that merchant to confirm. Good idea.
We last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormo.
Well, it'd still be worth taking. We need to do.
Идем дальше. Блин. А, ну, можно и поплавать. Вот так вот. Поплаваем.
Oh, I don't think
You're Fahar, right?
Yes.
Alkami. My friend here wants to enroll in his architect.
Точно.
Sounds like his business.
Let me see.
Oof. You call that a bit short on money? Anyway, since you're here because of here you go.
And what if they won't?
What do you mean won't be able to pay it back?
М,
Wait from Alkami's place, and even if you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments,
Постепенно.
it's hard work running a business. Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in knots over the.
I just did some calculations in my head. When you interest will get a
Процентная ставка
Of course,
30.
the contract did a great job of trying to obfuscate that fact. It only listed the amount that you'll have to repay every. If you actually do the math, however, it's clear that the amount you need to pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
What are you trying to say, huh? I figured something was off when too many people are sticking their noses where they don't.
Eremites? There are only a few of them, so they shouldn't pose much of a
That's close enough.
Decided by destiny.
Еще цветочек прихватила. Вот так. Вот так. Ну, давай еще вот так. Ну. Это было просто.
I don't think we've done it.
Debt has the power to append your. But my debts are the culmination of. But these students are different. You sowed the dreams of becoming an.
Everyone knows there's no such thing. And if we're going to talk about.
People grow by.
Да-да-дам, да-да-дам.
Sino?
My vacation just ended not too long. I see. Charging an interest, as it is highly likely that I'll
Ну, хорошо, если это против закона.
The Matra will open an investigation on him. Any funds we manage to recover from the suspects will be returned to the students.
That should still be enough. Anyway, thank you for your help.
It's no trouble. Just another day. Did you accept?
He promised to pay me 3.
That's good.
What do you mean, that's good?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But had he insisted that you were also an act, either way though, I believe you are innocent in all of this. Had you actually been—
Hey, what was that?
Отлично, жизнь.
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved,
О, премия.
There was such a thing.
the reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent.
Fine.
Is there anything else?
I want to go back to the training center.
Sure. But
All right.
Блин, мы возвращаться сейчас
I have
будем.
a few other things to take care of, so I'll be off for now. If you want to follow up,
That should finally be the end of that. To think Alkami would sink this still. I think I feel a little— It's a little ironic, but you could say it's— How should I put it? The arguments are usually extreme. Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to live my life as an architect and earn money solely from my reputation. But now that every scholar has their own sense
Так, господи, делал бы курсы подешевле.
I don't think that's something— If I stop devoting everything— At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just be— It's certainly not easy, but my thanks again for being such a great help. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Ты обещал пацану учебу. Чувак, ты обещал пацану учебу. Или это не входит так, как мне. Его выгнали. Учителя забрали. Ай.
I never would have guessed Mr. Alkami was a scam.
The training center has been shut down, and the Macher have promised.
Mr. Kave said we can keep working on our fundamentals. Easier said than done. Only the best of the best can get into the academia study. Mr. Kave?
Согласился учить.
Huh?
Ой.
Now that's Mr. Kave to you. I'm here. I'll keep instructing you for a while longer. You can pass on the message to the other students. Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, if you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic— And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before.
We'll try our best.
It's all right, everyone. Pack your stuff up. No need to prepare much for today's class. We're going to go on. You'll know once we get there. Come on, let's get going. We'll—
О боже, опять куда-то послала. Ладно, это можно пешочком дойти. Моня. Любуемся на попочку.
This lighthouse has been around
Такое
for a
чувство,
long
что именно это здание он тогда и нарисовал.
I first graduated from the academia. The point of today is not so much about the lighthouses. I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. Don't think about how you'd actually go about building it for now.
Самая красивая.
So it can be.
Yep. as long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. If you want, you can draw trees, In my experience, it's best to approach the study of architecture from a point. Both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. So at least for today, what do you think? Want to try?
Так, здесь всего это. Еще 2 осталось. О, отлично. Прямо рядышком. Да-да-да, 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 да-да-да. Библиотека, да, пустыня, да. Для детей. Ты мог бы так и сказать, да. Угу. Да-да-да, ты того обманули, этого обманули в прошлом. Все плохие. Есть и хорошие. Так, все, договаривайтесь. Да. Да. Хочет, но не может. Средств других торговцев.
If we can find others to sponsor the
it's all fine with me, but
well, if I really think about it,
Дори.
Hard pass. With her shrewd. Now there's an idea. Let's go and pay her a visit.
О, мы встретимся с Дори. Ну давай. Где она? Фига она. А что она там делает? Оказалось, она в другом месте тусуется. Ой. А, нет, все правильно. О! Так, отметочка. Прекрасно.
When I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few
О.
Can't you think of something else for a change?
Должен.
That's exactly right. Mora is if you ask me, this place is still way too empty.
You're hopeless.
Oh, so you haven't merchant? Oh, I see. So you're just looking.
I knew you would.
Sure, I can connect.
A fee? You.
Of course, making introductions.
Mhm.
Since we've known each.
500,000.
О боже.
By helping us out.
3 of my business partners came by earlier today to discuss.
Thank you.
You can wait here.
Dory gave us a brief introduction about the two of you. To be frank, I don't feel like there's an obvious business opportunity here.
All right, here's the situation.
So it's a public
Практически.
Then the commission fees will likely be very low.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the.
So what? Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us?
Hey, there's no need to be so harsh. They are Dory's associates after all. Can you... So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation?
Well, just speaking for my...
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term.
Then how about this? What if instead
Целый
of building a
комплекс
single
зданий.
library, we commit to an entire
Wouldn't that just cost
Еще больше мар.
But in that
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, then the desert, a whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area.
О боже, это вытащи.
Although there are still
Конечно, прав, но...
education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not.
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population.
You.
Wait, something just occurred to me. If we're going to build, but it seems we're not.
Он все равно идет в деревню Ару.
I heard.
What?
What?
In other words, if we try to join the fray now,
Сливки. Что другой?
suite of buildings focused on education and culture, Aru Village is.
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more.
But
is there nothing else to discuss? Great time.
I'll be off as well. If you have any new ideas.
It seems like the others are not interested in funding this.
Hey! Well, what can I say? Yeah, it's just another day. Looks like we'll have to figure out.
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it? Oh, where did all that...
Please don't tell me that.
What kind of person do you take me for? You can try to talk up the project all you want.
But this isn't just a business. Also, if you already knew, no one would want.
You might...
I'll pay back.
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you... In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru. So,
What? So...
Follow me. Oh.
Почти закончили. Ну что, у нас тут минута осталась. Значит, на этой встрече и закончу. Ну, еще одну сценку открою. Можно будет спокойно душе заканчивать на сегодня. Уже час дня.
You said you're going to introduce us to.
You still don't get it, huh?
Huh?
Well, I've given it some thought, and it'll be a pretty big month.
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly?
The reasons are not important. However,
Минуту. Телефончик на заряд.
it'll start sucking more from my pockets like crazy. So, to cut costs...
Ну, значит, исследовать Фонтейн буду на следующей неделе уже. Понедельник.
Of course. I must thank you.
Мгм.
Let's have a quick
Мгм.
Huh? The deed? So hold on a sec.
Что там
The person
такое?
who has been buying up everything around Aru Village was you all along?
Oh my, did I not tell you about that? Yep, yours truly has been buying up all the land. I must thank you for bringing your ideas to me. So, for my...
But what about my commit?
Huh? Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate. But before I could finish my sentence, you volunteered to waive...
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me.
Huh? You really think
Она
so?
просто себе все деньги
The
забирает.
contract's already been signed, so...
Fine. I'll drop. I'm going to order the best dishes and.
И последнее. Тут открываем ящичек с вещами матери, и нужно выбрать дневника, отложить, скорее всего. Да-да-да, вещи, приносит коробку, смахивает пыль. Так много времени прошло, он удивляется, что столько пыли набралось. Он даже не заметила на фонтейне, где мы, кстати, тусуемся. Картинка. Ну, кстати, вот он маяк. Я так и думала, что похоже. Эти еще.
Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now. Now that I've said criticism and I admit that I may have spent a little Anyway, my building blocks.
Побеги. Проект. Дверь больше стены.
She didn't scold me about. Let's see. Is there anything else left in this box?
Дневник.
What was this? This is my when I was a child. Huh. Wonder why she... If only I could. Hey, it's not a matter of... Who knows? Maybe this time. I could tell what you were thinking. I've tried my name. I've even tried... I wouldn't try that route.
Пока отложить.
Everyone's life journey is different. I just got an idea, though. If I want to rekindle the creative passion that I had, what do you think?
Будем гулять.
Then let...
Ну, пойдем гулять. Гулять так гулять. Гулять так гулять. Я так понимаю, мне сюда? Или нет? Или да? Я не знаю. Вверх-вниз тут сложно. Слишком сложно. Вниз. Тогда сюда. Я совсем забыла. Ну да, здесь откроется, и нам нужно прямо в библиотеку. Всех. Здесь обычно у нас пол не прогружался сначала. Ну вот, что-то я не додумалась, что нам туда внутрь.
Of all the places in the academia, who does? I created many designs that the academia also.
Сейчас он будет вспоминать. Боже. Нам точно это так надо было?
Here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago. Huh? Why is Al-Haytham's handwriting also in here? When did he ever read this book?
А вы вообще стоило мне писать комментарии в книжках, которые могут другие читать?
Probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Al-Haytham and I first met. I came here to do my homework and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them. It was my fault for feeling bad for him. I thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
О боже. Тоже пришел.
Why are you here?
The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can...
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour?
You think I would derive amusement from watching you? I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof ear...
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now. Probably not when he's right here with us.
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties. We had a number of differences, and they remain. The more important question is, why are you at the House of
Немного.
Scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architecture. Oh,
Mhm.
and Kaveh. A lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't.
Sure. If that. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time
Это ты списал все книги?
that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that, as a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Боже, нет.
Oh, well, anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a put through the ringer. He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. But the satisfaction of one client will not. There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior. Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds. Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to.
Так, надо, блин, горло побить.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone.
Всего лишь недельку потерпеть пройдет.
What else is there to talk? Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on.
Дорогой Кафик, большое спасибо.
Now that's how.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood.
Me happy? I'm mocking that retired.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all.
Hey, you did. Oh, actually, I also found a really.
Это сказ старый набросал.
See? Doesn't. Huh?
Don't ask me.
You.
We can also plainly see.
If I don't keep bringing up the need, there shouldn't be any complaints about.
There are indeed no.
See? Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next.
No need. It's almost time.
Suit your.
Оценка за поведение. Рахуй, да, вроде нормально.
Port Ormos. No, I didn't design any one specific building. Port Ormos had already existed. The Arch Bridge over there, for example. That was one of my designs.
А, это его дизайн.
I was first tasked with the project. We ran into a lot of issues. Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the. I was still young and new to the trade back. The true cornerstone of the creative process. Once built, You think so? I'm glad to hear. My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Yeah, you're. We've spent long enough.
Этого моста
One last place I want to go.
немножко сложновато прыгать.
Over the last few years. This is a rare opportunity. So if you ever feel down, maybe you'll.
Куда-то. Ясно. О, боже. Широко. Заканчивай.
Who would have thought that so many primal constructs? We won't be able to sit and talk peace.
Everyone hold hands. Shadows of fate.
Ау.
Stay put.
Вот так вот, вот так вот, вот так, вот так.
Uphill battle.
Ну, отлично.
Isn't this place great? I often come here to clear my mind. You know what I mean. Just take me as an. Although I'll hate them, you could probably say I followed in the. Life is too boring to live with no enthusiasm and passion.
Что это сейчас было? Такой бульк.
Isn't that with different landforms? The site here has moved. My pain will one day. They are far more valuable than if you were to ask me what art is, you think so? Remember that question? I still haven't. Those who pursue.
Да-да-да. Искусство, архитектура и так далее. Отлично. Сохранить. Упс. Ну, не то. Вот сюда. Сюда. Вот сюда. Отлично, мы все сделали. Все, на сегодня можно отдохнуть. Так, там вряд ли набралось на еще одну молитву. Да, соточки не хватает. Это я уже наберу попозже. Не туда жму. Ну все, на сегодня тогда все. Пойду. Пойду чем-нибудь займусь. Тогда пока-пока. Когда-нибудь я сделаю заставку конечную, чтобы в конце вот немножко времени растянуть. Чтобы проще было прощаться. Чисто пока-пока и нажимаю там уже. Если кто в чате, он может попрощаться. Сейчас никого нет в чате. Все. Пока.